Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today, I'm going to entitle this video "A Question from Max." And Max is one of my subscribers, and I appreciate you for signing on for my Patreon account. Like I said in my other video, you know, my band is saying, "Hey, you spend a lot of time here, and you could be making money with us. So what you gonna do?" So in order to keep this going, because you know, it was easy to maintain this channel. It was like 400 subscribers. Every blue moon, somebody asked me to do a cover. But now with 20,000 subscribers and over 100 covers or suggestions, or should I say requests a day, one person, it's hard to do this by myself and then to do it without any financial monetary reimbursement, because it ain't about me making money. It's about money that it takes to maintain the quality of content. So I appreciate you guys. I requested or asked if you could just donate $6 a month to my PayPal account. You know, just 100 people. You know, that would be really great. If not, if that's too much, or I have a Patreon account, so anything that you want to donate is fine. But you know, I had to mention that because again, a lot of people don't realize how much time I spend doing this on this channel and that channel. A lot of time. So, you know, time is money. But anyway, I appreciate you, Max, because Max did sign up for the Patreon account. So his question is this, because I did a cover, Alan Pearson, Eye in the Sky. And his question read like this. It says, what is the combination of guitar settings, the effects, and their settings, playing technique, muting, that gives you this sound? Would greatly appreciate if you can give me some tips on how do you acquire that sound. I guess here's the answers to that question. As you play and you play with other people, you just pick up little things that you don't realize that they're going to be important down the line. Because again, I said the best teacher is sitting around a group of people that play and you just feeding off each other, trading ideas and techniques, as opposed to sitting in the classroom watching a guy do a 2-hour chalkboard presentation. That has its place. But most musicians can attest to that statement, saying, hey, I learned a lot of this stuff from this guy, and I learned some stuff from this guy, and then these guys learned some stuff from me. So it's like you pass it around. And let me say this before I answer that question. I remember one of the first bands I played in high school. One of the first, not the first, but normally when you start joining to play in a band, you feed off each other's energy. It feels good. It's positive. And that particular band, there was nothing within the group that I was playing with that I could learn from anybody, these guys, because it's like these guys are not at the level of even playing decent. And that's not a knock against them. But there was something else that was nagging me about not feeling the vibe. You know, even though it's not an issue of musicians trading off techniques and you learn it from them. And I kept trying to figure out what is it that about this group that makes me kind of feel like my energy is being drained. And I thought about it. The guys in that group, and they weren't bad guys, but they were doing things, or their lifestyle did not match mine or mirror mine. These guys were in high school. We all were in high school, smoking weed, doing drugs. I'm like, I can't hang with people like that because I'm not a drug addict. I'm not somebody that want to put poison in my body. Even back then, I knew how important it was to stay healthy and not get sucked into this nasty hole of drugs and all this other stuff. So that was the main reason why I just kind of walked away from them, because I'm like, you guys are doing all this kind of stuff. That's not my style, you know. So I can't hang and play with people that have a different, I guess, lifestyle than mine. But getting back to the question that Max asked, and I'm sorry that I veered away, but it's several things. You start to learn when you listen to compositions what the guitar player is doing, not only playing wise, but audio wise. Is he using a lot of reverb? Is he using chords? Is he using phase shifter? And when I look at that song particularly, because Max said this is the type of music that he likes to play, real simple. When you want to play those types of songs that have kind of what they call it the mute technique, and of course you're not going to be able to hear this from here, but you know, you just take your palm and you place it over the string, and then you kind of just stroke the strings. That's kind of how you get that mute effect. Also, it's important as the type of guitar you're using for the application you're trying to achieve, because most rock songs, in order to kind of get that muty, Jesse's Girl type of sound, you got to use a Strat or a Tele because they're bright end guitars. You wouldn't use this guitar if you're trying to do that type of music because this guitar has more of a deeper tone to it. And then for me personally, my preferred setting on the guitar is you take the notch switch all the way up to the top, then you take it down one switch. I'm always usually there. I'm the second switch down from the top. I like that particular tone for some reason because I think that particular tone gives you both pickups, gives you a mixture. So 99% of the time when I play, my guitar tone setting is one switch down from the top. I think that's important to acknowledge because when you take it all the way down, I noticed that's the type of sound they used to use in the 60s, like the group called the Byrds and stuff, a very thin, bright sound. But I kind of like, man, like I said, it's the second switch from the top. And again, you would use a Stratocaster or Telecaster. You wouldn't use a jazz hollow body to get that kind of punchy sound. Other little things that are important that people don't think so. Chainsaw strings. You have no idea how much dirt deposit on the strings when you play. So try to change those strings at least once a month. I really hate changing strings. It's just some things I just don't like doing. As a kid, I hate going to the laundromat. It's just the little things about things me personally I don't like. I hate changing strings, but I know it's important because in order to keep that bright, punchy sound, you got to change those strings. So that's really important to get that type of muted sound. You got to change those strings. And as far as my setting on my preamp, and I'm going to show you. This is what I use. It's the Dodd FX7 guitar effects processor and preamp. They don't make them anymore, and if you're lucky, you still might be able to find some of these on eBay for about $50 to $75, and it's worth it. I think when this unit first came out, it was like maybe a couple of $100. I know that. And how I got turned on to this particular effect unit is my keyboard player. Very generous guy. He let me borrow his gear. He said, man, check this out. You're going to like it. So I took it home, plugged it in. And what I initially first liked about it was I didn't need no amplifier. Just have a headphone straight in there, plug my guitar in there. Good to go. And did that, fell in love with it. Came back to practice and said, man, sell me this. I love it. I can't sell it to you, man. I'm like, come on, man, sell it. So he wouldn't sell it. So I found a couple of them on eBay. I've auditioned many of devices like this, and nothing comes even close to this. I mean, nothing comes even close, because what I like about this is whatever you put in it, you get it out. You get exactly it coming back out. And what I mean by that is I've tried other ones, and when I ran my sound source in there and I listened to it, it sounded like crap because for some reason it suppresses the sound, doesn't give you the original headroom of the sources going in. It compresses everything and makes it sound shitty. Pardon the expression. But this is the only device I've ever ran into where whatever you put in it, listen to the headphones, same thing that you put in is coming out of it. Another thing about this unit is it has a jam along feature. So you can take your musical source, put it in there, plug your guitar in, plug your headphones in, and play along with whatever sound source you're using. So this is a very valuable piece of my setup because, again, I've auditioned many of these and they sound like crap. And this is the only one that gives you whatever goes in comes out. So I hope that has answered your question, Max. It's important to select a certain type of guitar to match the certain sound that you're trying to achieve from a song, recording. Change your strings. Use the right guitar for the right application. Because again, if you're kind of doing the rock thing, pop thing, you want a Tele or a Strat. You don't want a jazz hollow body to try to obtain, or should I say, to obtain that sound, because you're not going to get it. So again, I hope this has been helpful to you. Until next time, take care. And again, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.